Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so what does my collective need to know today? I've already shuffled these a lot, by the way. Right. Oh my lordy. Okay, so what we've got is you could be in isolation, alright? You could be in isolation. Somebody is very passionate about spying on you. Page of Swords. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, sorry. And then we've got the Four of Swords. So you could be on your own, alright? Could be in some sort of isolation. That's how they want it, okay? That's how they want you to be, okay? But you could be praying. Sword of Truth there. You could be praying for protection, alright? Because there's a lot of spying going down. They're very passionate about spying, these people, whoever they may be, alright? Very, very passionate about spying. It could be because of your destiny, okay? Could be a divine femme, could be a Taurus. Five of Cups. They're feeling the loss, okay? They are feeling the loss of your energy. So it's somebody or some people, a group of people who actually don't want to lose, alright? There could be a lot of cloaking with the Five of Cups. There could be a lot of cloaking themselves in the divine masculine, divine feminine's energy, alright? They want to be in your destiny. They want to be a part of your destiny, okay? They could be trying to come up off the back of your energy, come up off the back of you. They are constantly spying. I'm getting they lost out, okay? They've lost access to your energy, and that's why they want to spy on you, yeah? Any way they can, because they want access to your energy, access to your destiny. So that's mixed up. Could have been something to do with taking some work, okay? And look. Jesus Christ. We've got child here. There could be a parental figure involved. There could be a parental figure involved in this who is getting neighbours to watch, okay? Because there's some sort of theft and we have coughing. They want an ending to come to this divine masculine, divine feminine. That's why they're spying. Oh, Lord. And they want to see, with this Lovers card, who the masculine or feminine is loving on. Okay, so they've been messaging each other because they don't want masculine or feminine to let anybody into their world, okay, because they've got involved. Great fortune and a community of people, alright? So they are getting people surrounding your home, surrounding where you live, to watch, and they've been messaging each other. A large group of people. 0404, because they have stolen this great fortune, and they could have left divine masculine, divine feminine with nothing. And plus, what I'm getting is when they go to court, yeah, they're going to be pushed back into poverty, alright, because they're going to end up losing everything what they stole. There could also be an ending to this theft. They could have tried to end divine masculine, divine feminine because of this money. And somebody was paying to have something done to their own child. 444. Somebody was paying to have something done to their own child. So parental figures involved. They was paying to have something done to their own child. Which could be with the Four of Swords and this coffin card, laying them down, because they don't want to, with the Five of Cups, lose this great fortune or lose access to this Wheel of Fortune, what they've gained by coming up off the back of somebody else's maybe work, life, taking that great fortune, and they don't want to go back into poverty. So a lot of people was maybe struggling to make ends meet, all right, and they paid to have something done to their own daughter or own son. Oh my Lord. Something bad. This is going to be hitting the news. Surrounding an ending, a betrayal, deceit, okay? Betrayal and causing trauma, okay? They're going to go through a tower moment. Four of Pentacles, they're very mean, very possessive. And with the Page of Cups, they could have been like this to Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, persistently, since they was a child. Persistently. Stalking, persistently trying to keep an earth angel on their own, okay? I'm getting, for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, throughout childhood, okay? If masculine or feminine liked a new teddy, this family, these parental figures, okay, they would, whatever Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine would bond with, they would snatch that and they would take that away. So it's a very mean type of energy where they was either getting paid or paying people to do something to their own child. And this has been going on for so long. It's going to hit the news surrounding this traumatic events, this deceit, this betrayal, this ending, okay, what they've tried to have done to their own child. And a community of people involved, because they wanted to cut this great fortune for themselves, and this is why they've all been spying, they've been romanticising. We've got the Hierophant energy. This could be a corrupt judge or linking to a church leader, okay, who loves to spy on people. Ooh. Loves to spy. Helping masculines and feminines spy on the person who they've stole from. Cult Curvin, alright? A cult Curvin who's paying people to spy, paying people to maybe get within masculine or feminine's house home and plant some sort of spying devices, listening devices, like cameras inside of their home. They've done this persistently. But what I'm getting is the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, okay, energy at a good courthouse, okay, because there may have been corrupt law involved, okay. They're bringing justice. There may have been corrupt law involved, but within this corrupt community, who's been doing these six sinister things persistently, yeah, and attacking persistently. We've got a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio masculine who has took recognition for several different things, okay, and they want to keep some sort of success for themselves, so they've been paying for spellware, alright, with the Ace of Wands, Five of Wands. It's a gang, a group of people, a cult, a coven, who have been competing to bring the spirit of death to somebody who's innocent, but they wanted this money transferred onto them and they wanted to keep it a secret. Two of Cups, they wanted to share with their lovers, their partners, the money surrounding this great fortune. So there's been some sort of bank transfers surrounding this. They wanted to spend it on drinking, okay, they wanted to spend it on spying, and they've been studying this masculine or feminine wherever they go. They've also gone to some sort of psychics, okay? They've gone to a psychic this family, people from childhood, they're persistently going to psychics, and when they go to these psychics, they want to know, how do we keep trying to gain power and control over this masculine, feminine, and their business or businesses? Yeah? Wow. So they're persistently, this could even be friends, siblings, okay, cousins, school friends, primary school, secondary school, okay? Even if you have child or children, the child or children's friends, families, because there's a lot of people in this community who have been getting some unexpected income out of this great fortune. They could also have took somebody else's hard work, perseverance, and they don't want to lose that, so they teamed up with the devil. Four of Swords, and made deals with the devil in order to lay blood sacrifice, okay? And we have got the hangman here, alright? They're under judgment for that. 11-11, they just want to gain power and control. Them, with the Two of Cups, their lovers, their partners, okay? The missus, the fellas, the wives, the husbands, okay? The side pieces. A lot of people have got involved. Maybe even exes are involved in this. They've been studying with the Page of Pentacles, and we've got the Death, how they can bring death to this person. So there is death magic, okay? There's been death rituals. There's been some sort of Baphomet rituals or satanic rituals. There has been some deals with the devil, okay? And they have tried to sacrifice this masculine feminine, but there's a father, mother figure involved, a karmic father, mother figure who's heavily into a satanic cult or a coven, who's willing to do these sick things to their own son or daughter, which is sick. They've also done poverty spells, and they are trying to stop this with the courthouse from going to trial, where they appear before a King of Swords and a Queen of Swords who is going to bring justice. So if there has been corrupt law officials involved, which I'm getting there probably has, even these corrupt law officials are going to go down. This is why they've been working so hard to try and bring death. They've been studying, okay, a way how to, they have done death magic, but they've been trying to find a way how they can bump this masculine or feminine off. So I need to clear a lot of this negative energy, okay, reverse this death magic back on to sender, okay, 1313. I don't bloody know. They thought, with this change, if we change legal documentation, okay, and we pay a corrupt judge money under the table, access, because they wanted to maybe gamble it. Or they could have said, oh, it's pointless giving them access to their own money, their own great fortune, because they've got a gambling addiction. Okay? There's been a lot of, with this occupation and fabric here, a lot of fabrication of legal documentations. And they was accepting gifts to work behind the scenes with this corrupt family, or families, family members. They was given gifts of unexpected income, and we've got great fortune and the wealth card, so it's a lot of money what this family, okay, they've bought cars, they've bought furniture. This man's got like a suitcase here. They've gone on holidays with this money, okay. Could have tried to get some corrupt official healthcare, doctors, nurses, psychiatrist, to fabricate, and we've got false person, and falsify medical records, so tampering and changing medical records, which is very concerning. A father figure has been involved. a father figure has been involved, and they've been doing this to their own son, daughter, their full life. Always paying people in the local community, okay, within the local area to be nasty. 15-15. To this masculine or feminine and bully them. And bully them and be nasty, spread malicious lies and rumours, and then Two of Pentacles, call them a nutter. Call them a nutter. They've been going to other psychics again, alright? They've been going to other psychics. Other psychics with the Three of Swords, they've led into this heartbreaking life. And what they've done is heartbreaking. And they trot around and they want to be recognised wherever they go, okay, for being rich and successful and above people, yeah? 16-16. Someone who's very arrogant, but they're very arrogant, they're very egotistical, and they're trying to block this masculine or feminine from having recognition from their own generational wealth, their own great fortune. They're trying to block this. They're trying to block success. Because they want to be successful in ending this masculine feminine. Attack after attack after attack after attack. Paying people to attack. And it's coming from like corrupt judges, okay? And like a corrupt cult coven leader. Corrupt judges and corrupt cult coven leader. That's been illuminated surrounding this betrayal in with the Four of Wands, this local community. That's the truth. Here's like this father figure who's like a warlock. He's a warlock. He always has been a warlock. He always has been very, very dark. And if their own child, son, daughter, gets a message out there, okay, what's going down, they say don't listen to him. Call her a nutter. Call her a nutter. Deliberately caused a lot of stress. A lot of stress. Maybe PTSD, okay? Maybe PTSD. And they get stressed out in case the news gets out there. 9 of Wands, because they love playing games. There's a player type of energy. They love to play these sick, sinister games. They love it. They love it. Ace of Cups, they love it. They absolutely love it. Here he is again. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, masculine. He loves it. Him and his partner, yeah, they love it. They love it. They want to be able to move forward in their own lives with this money, and they could have actually paid off a mortgage and bought a home with this money. And if that's the case, then all that legal documentation is going to come to the light, because there's a sun card here surrounding this betrayal, this quite possibly attempted murder. Somebody who masculine and feminine used to live with at some point. So parental type of figures, maybe even an ex. Maybe even an ex who doesn't like the truth to be told because they're a compulsive liar. And they're nothing but a bully. So they've been getting other people to bully, stalk and spy on their behalf. And they literally pay people to be nasty because they're very toxic. They're very, very toxic. And I mean very toxic. They're very mundane also. They're very 3D. They're very materialistic. Very, very materialistic. And they want to keep this wealth for themselves so they can party and they can celebrate and they can go shopping. But they're lacking. these enemies are lacking any remorse for what they've done, which is very concerning. So when they appear before this King of Swords and this Queen of Swords, a good judges, okay, they are going to be bringing justice. Jealous of this masculine, feminine's power, personal strength, power, okay. Very jealous, very jealous, very jealous energy. And they don't want this masculine, feminine to be recognised for the good things they've done, or even have recognition for like their own work or their own wealth, their own company, their own business or multiple businesses, because they want it for themselves. Could be a Taurus involved or a Virgo. Taurus, Virgo involved. They want to come on up. Taurus, Virgo energy off the back of someone else's wealth. And they want to be seen as all powerful. But they're demonically possessed, and it's a very demonically possessed town who do not want to lose the money what they've already stolen, this great fortune, what they've split amongst themselves. They don't want to give it back. They definitely don't want to give it back at all. So they've been making deals with the devil to keep hold of money, what's not even theirs. Because they don't want to see this masculine and feminine, look, Two of Swords, have financial stability and use their own gifts, skills and talents to make more money when they get this money back, making more money. It's a very jealous, envious, demonically possessed, devil worshipping town. Look. Aries type of energy. The horns there. They committed, okay, to the devil, and that's been exposed again. And they are heartbroken surrounding this prosperity, and they want to keep it a secret because they don't want to give it back. So they're trying to block the divine masculine, divine feminine from manifesting justice, from manifesting this going to court, from manifesting any sort of love. They're under judgment. They're going to be put under judgment anyways. They're under divine judgment, and they're going to be a heartbroken ex. A heartbroken ex. Two of Swords who's mad and angry about this destiny. Very heartbroken ex. A heartbroken ex is mad and angry about this destiny, so they wanted to team up with pals, friends, celebrate, party. This is coming out to light in the courtroom with the justice card there. This is all coming to light. How they was performing rituals, okay, trying to block and stop justice, okay. They wanted this masculine and feminine to lack manifestation skills and manifest this money back. And manifest this money back, and they're trying to stop it. So they're actually performing rituals over the justice system and over the judges too. Because she thinks she can just get away with it, performing rituals over the judges and paying people money from this great fortune and giving gifts to people to out of this sudden wealth, this great fortune, to do rituals over the courthouse. And the older masculine is also doing that because they wanted to go on holiday. They could have done offshores, overseas accounts, 24/24. They could also be involved in spending the money on a lot of drugs trafficking. They've been performing rituals over the justice system, and these corrupt judges, they have been involved in taking money under the table. Oh, wow. That just came out of nowhere. Wow. trying to watch your every move, freaks. We've got weirdo ex still thinks they own you, who's nothing but a bloody pervert. Some of these people are addicted to drinking. I said about them wanting to go on holiday, flight tickets. Now they're getting some sort of search warrant because they did blood contracts over this money with the devil, and now it's blood money. So it ain't no good money, it's blood money. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty, they've done blood contracts and everything. And then deals with the devil to try and keep hold of this money. But deals with the devil never last. And this King of Swords and Queen of Swords in a different courthouse, yeah, they are not down for these satanic rituals. Alright, so they're going to be bringing justice. So they've been attacking this masculine and feminine in dream state, paying for dark spell work. Always trying to downgrade this person who they've took this a lot of money from to make them feel insecure. And they're having nightmares about the success. And look, we've got attempted murder. We've got bully boys and mean girls. We've got grand larceny, theft of personal property, intent to deprive owner of it permanently. So they're all going to get done for grand larceny, stalking, okay, hexing, cursing, you know, backstabbing this person because they've been getting paid. Be nasty to this person and we will give you some money. Which is disgusting, isn't it? Paying people to be mean, alright, and bully the person, which is disgusting. Corrupt law, corrupt nurses, psychiatrists, doctors, they've got involved, money under the table. These judges are not going to stand for that, and they're going to get everything taken from them, the jobs, everything they've been part of stealing, okay, and they're going to get put in poverty in the prison, okay. Murder video uploaded to the dark web. A lot of hex and curses have been broken. They chose to serve darkness, so they've been getting in on fraud. Mail or wire communication, a scheme to defraud someone and a material deception. Pure evil, family members are being exposed. They are lied on earth. Some of them have been getting done for dangerous driving or been getting watched. Okay, because I did say that some of them have been getting cars with this money, didn't I? And the cars what they've got, yeah, because they think that they can get away with everything, they've been dangerous driving. They've been dangerous driving. The feminines, masculines, yeah, they've been paying for beauty treatments with stolen money. They've been trying to find dirt on this masculine and feminine, but they've been filing false reports and putting this masculine and feminine under false investigation. Oh, no. In order to cover what they've been doing, so then they can try and justify all their evil acts and evil deeds. Because they want to be able to justify, yet they've been performing these satanic rituals, okay? They've been trying to make blood sacrifices. They've been doing blood contracts with the devil also, because they want to keep hold of this money. Shut up spells. Then we've got blackmailing, demanding money or another benefit in return of not revealing damaging or compromising info. So now, they're all blackmailing each other because they've got some sort of money. They go back to this family and they say, look, if you don't give me some more money, yeah, I'm gonna tell. Yeah, because they're all turning on each other. If you don't give me some more money, yeah, I'm gonna tell everything what you've done. But then that's going to admit their involvement in these heinous, insidious acts. They've even been using kids. They've even been using kids to do evil acts and evil deeds. So they've even been paying money to kids. It's right there as well. They've even been paying money to kids to get them to do evil acts and evil deeds. And getting kids to bully for money. We've got a serial cheater who is involved. So somebody who slept with half the town, alright, while they're in relationships, they're involved. They are surrounded by undercovers. They're surrounded by undercovers. And this is why they're all turning on each other and trying to dob each other in from what they've done, alright? They've been doing some sort of separation spells, isolation spells. Some of these people have been paying for surgery with stolen money, and I flipped it by accident. They're caught in a web of lies. They have been paying for surgery. And they've been getting watched. You know, while they're booked in for surgery, yeah, they've been getting watched while they go into like these places where they do surgery, yeah. They've been getting recorded going into these like plastic surgeon places, and then there's cameras inside, like in the foyer and stuff, of them walking in to get the surgery done. They fell under their own illusions because they was doing that much black magic, okay? That many attacks, gang stalking, gang affiliation, gang ties. They really thought they could, there's an uncle involved, they really thought that they could get away with it because there was so many involved. So they thought, oh, there's so many of us, we've been calling this person the nutter for God knows how long, and everyone in the town's going along with it. Everyone in the community has been going along with it because they've been celebrating with this money, going on holidays and getting cars and getting new furniture and out singing and dancing with their pals, partying. That's been getting recorded. Yeah, they've been getting watched while they're watching you. Sinister plots exposed. It's going to end up on worldwide news, and they're attacking the children. Also, disgusting. Disgusting. Trying to watch masculine and feminists' every move. They thought they was getting away with it, but they're not. I'm guessing like maybe this uncle wants to be seen as like a ringleader. They've been watched while they're watching you, wants to come out again. They've all lied on earth. Oh look, they took money to pay off some of the debts. That could be like their own rent or even pay a mortgage off. Okay, because it is something to do with mortgage and being able to buy their own flat, their own apartment, their own home. And then some of these other people, because they were struggling to make ends meet, they took money, yeah. They didn't even pay like the rent or anything, what they was in debt with. They just spent it on holidays and going out partying. Oh, they've all been getting watched. They're all dobbing each other in. And it's going to come out. All their sinister plots, plans, schemes have been exposed. And if they've been trying to, these dark corrupt officials, yeah, corrupt law, they've been performing satanic rituals over the justice system. Because they want a lack of justice. These enemies want a lack of justice. This is just awful, isn't it? Uncle has been exposed for who they actually are. Psychological warfare, actions intended to reduce an op's morals. So psychological warfare, a lot of mind games, and I'm getting that they're going to try and plead insanity. We've got uncle and their wife is involved. Okay? And then this older female who I pulled out previous, their husband is involved. And their friends, blank card there, I will write on that later, their friends have been involved. And this masculine and feminine's karmic friends have been involved also. And we've got wrongful imprisonment. They've been doing mental magic, okay? And they tried to wrongfully imprison the one by all this bullying and this stalking and all these horrible evil acts. They tried to get the person who they've took this money from locked up by bullying and trying to get them to flip out with the amount of bullying, stalking what they've been doing. And then if this person flips out, gets mad and angry, yeah, and tries to defend themselves, they're going to get this masculine and feminine locked up. When they're going through all this, when it's these sick fucks who need to be locked up in prison for life, for premeditated murder. They've been paying people hush money, join in. They will be arrested for trying to set you up. So they're trying to set the person up. It's involved in an insurance scam, stole a real estate, so they could have bought a real estate with the money, and they've got some right sick fantasies. They've been terrorising this masculine or feminine, the one who they've stolen from. And then, hush money, turn a blind eye, let us, humiliation rituals. They've even done a humiliation ritual on this masculine feminine because they just want to humiliate. Humiliation ritual and terrorising the person who they've done it to. Then they want to humiliate them and keep calling them a nutter, which is disgusting. It's very disgusting. It's very vile. This community's all been messaging each other, and quite possibly someone who works within housing, okay, rent office housing, they've been involved also. Yeah. And they want people to, with this unexpected income and child, they've been paying money, so then they start treating this masculine feminine like a child, like they are unable to manage their own finances, okay? Unable to manage their own finances. They've been doing a shit ton of mental magic, okay? Misuse of drug acts, a shit ton of mental magic, trying to make out paying to treat this masculine feminine like they're a child, like they can't even dress themselves, okay? They can't even brush their own teeth. They can't even look after themselves. But the person who they've done it to is very, very independent. Very independent. But they're just trying to cover up these attempted murders. That's what they're trying to do. And there's so much spying, so much backstabbing, so much bad-mouthing this person. Meanwhile, they're plotting and planning to murder the person who they've stolen all this money from. Probably forced power of attorney or something like that. It's disgusting. Because they want this person, they dream of having this person laid down to rest. They're dreaming about it. Because they invested in this theft, look. Family. They want to play happy families. They invested in stealing this money, okay? And they dream about this masculine and feminine just dropping down frigging dead, so then they can just keep all the money what they've stolen. They're dreaming about it. Four of Swords, an expectation, expecting neighbours to keep watching, okay? Let us know who he or she's with, yeah? Anyone who you see come inside of their home, message us. And then they're like, alright, and they're recruiting anyone they can. And paying them money under the table, which is vile. which is just vile acts. Yeah, so I think I might just leave that there. And a couple more. Vile acts. They've all been getting watched by undercovers, okay? Undercovers have been gathering evidence on these sick, evil, toxic family members and this evil community who just wanted to spend it on drugs, partying, getting themselves some new clobber, alright, going on holiday, going out round town, drinking in pubs, bars, pissing it up the wall, surgery, cars, did I say cars? Pronging the cars, dangerous driving. This family. They've been giving gifts to try and stop this with the pathway coming to light. I'm getting with this courtship, they've all been courting and dating each other and slamming everybody. They don't want this masculine or feminine to be seen as high honour. So they've deliberately tried to make this person ill and tamper with legal documentation so they can keep hold of it because he's got a big chunk of it. Him and his lover, and they're both fakes. They're both fraudulent. They're into a lot of fraudulent activity. Very fraudulent. Yeah, so probably fake IDs, okay, bank accounts, money laundering, racketeering. Well, grand larceny is already there. So we've got females who's been getting paid and they've been walking past this masculine, feminine, yeah, trying to trot around with that stolen money, trying to make out like they're above the one who they've stolen from. Like, look at me with all my new clothes and I'm going on holiday, and then actually rubbing it in the person's face what they're doing. And they're going on holiday. Yeah, they're going to get a long holiday and a long stretch in prison. He wants to be seen as a ringleader. Him and his missus been giving out gifts, these corrupt, evil family members. And I was thinking, who would do that to their own child? They would. They're sick, okay? That this money is coming back to the person who they'd stolen from. And they had been exposed in the distant horizons as being fakes. Nothing but fakes, okay? Getting a group of people to work, okay, behind the scenes to gang stalk. Which is very concerning. And she's acting all fake privilege. Where's this money come from then? Because she's not working and stuff. She wanted to give up a job, you see, and she just wanted to act all posh and privileged and get all this surgery and swan around on holiday and help fabricate evidence. And she's been like going at the pub, yeah, messaging these cranks, and we're still calling this person a nutter, yeah, and then she's drinking and she's putting money in slots machines. You know, in pubs and stuff like that. Putting it in slot machines, getting surgery, stuff like that. We're still calling her an nutter. Yeah, we're all still calling them a nutter, aren't we? Everyone in the town, we all still going for it, and they have. Oh, they have. Oh, they have. Ex-lovers involved, even like someone who masking off him was caught in and dating, okay? They just wanted some new furniture and a new car. And they wanted to spend it on their side chicks. Now they're losing the job. Because they're getting a message there that they are sick and they're getting fired. And he just wanted to be seen as a wealthy man. Sick, they're getting fired, okay? Just wanted to be seen as a wealthy man. And these proper judges, okay, masculine feminines, it's a sickening story. Because they've done some right sickening with this farce. Sickening evil acts, sickening evil things. Nothing but nasty, malicious families and nothing but nasty, malicious community who are nothing but vile, okay, constantly premeditating these murders. And they even wanted to do an insurance job on top of that because they've got really greedy. So there's a masculine who's got hold of a lot of this money, and he's controlling a community of people to do evil acts and evil deeds. Evil acts, evil deeds. Could be children caught up in the middle of this. A lot of these people have children, grandchildren, okay? A lot of these people have children and grandchildren. A lot of them. We've got arrest warrants. They're all going to get arrested. They're all going to get arrested. They've got caught stalking. They've got caught in the act by these undercovers, yeah? Going for surgery, paying, going on holiday, alright? Paying for all these beauty treatments, like getting cars, shopping, partying. And then they've all been blackmailing each other because they want more money. Yeah, to cover up this theft, they've been getting gifts to pop this masculine feminine. Because they want a piece of this money. I can't believe how sinister and sick these people actually are. They're just so sick. Unbelievably sick. Honestly. Even corrupt people in the mental health unit. Tampering. With medical records. And probably tried to poison masculine feminine or get them on change and get them on some mental health tablets to back their story up. Oh, nah, they need the nutty pillows. Yeah, don't listen to them. And they've gone wrong with it. Of course they have. Because they're sick. Very sick. 47, it's going to be a big story. It is. It's going to be a big story. It's going to be a big story. Someone's trying to get this masculine feminine story out there. Okay? Because they know this masculine feminine is speaking the truth surrounding this family. And this community who are all about taking their money. For their own work, their own inheritance, okay? The fruits of their own labour. For the fruits of their own labour. Because they dream about laying this person down to rest. It's multiple times. Multiple ways they've done this. So they're all going down for a very long time. And even the judge with his occupation and his fabric, even the judges who was fabricating evidence and changing to force power of attorney with this force, we'll just call him a nutter. We've done this plenty of times, haven't we? they already had enough money. That's coming to light that they already had enough money in their bank account and they didn't need to be joining in on this. That's where they're losing their jobs. Because they already had enough money in their bank account. Why would they want to keep doing that? But I'm getting that this is a very corrupt courthouse and anyone for the right amount of money, yeah, even if the people, even there's evidence or whatever of them murdering someone or doing some very sick acts like sexual abuse and RAPEs and all that, they, for the right amount of money, they let them off. And it's been found, it's been logged, all these crimes. Somebody's taking a look at it. Someone's taking a look at this and knows there's a load of falsified legal documentations And that's why they're going to prison. Do you know, I was waiting for this card to come out, and that's why I'm going to leave it there. That's why I'm going to leave it there. That's why they're all going down, which is great for these good law officials, okay, bringing this to light and bringing people justice, because I've been through very similar, right, and they're bringing it to light. They're going to arrest people, even people who work in this mental health unit, yeah, if they're getting arrested, they're losing their jobs because there was just enemies. And they wanted this masculine feminine to be lacking in their own world, and they was lacking compassion because they wanted to be seen as all powerful. We've got a King of Cups here. He wanted to be seen as all powerful. He's like, oh, yeah, mentally unstable. I'll gain power and control over them. Don't worry. I love to do that. And they was expanding to help an Aries and a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, quite possibly Virgo, or this undercover investigator who's been looking into their laptops and the devices and the emails to each other. Childhood friend involved who wanted to be seen as more powerful and that they should end this masculine feminine so they could have this money. How evil are these past frigging narcissistic, psychopathic, jealous pals who love to play mind games, okay? Who love to play horrible, evil mind games with everybody because they do it to each other, you see? They do it with each other also. Off the walls, could have been like, oh, she's just off her head, bouncing the heads off the walls, yeah. Off the walls, darling, yeah. Two of Pentacles, proper nutter, aren't they? Proper and stable, and they trot around. And they want to be recognised for it, though. They're passionate about being recognised. But they want to be seen as successful. And they want to be recognised like public figures type of energy. Yeah? So give them the bloody recognition. Yeah? Playing. Dicing with death. Trying to end this masculine feminine. I can't believe it. 5 of Cups. Spying. Causing trauma. Alright? Trying to force a tower moment in masculine feminine's world. And it's all been premeditated. And they've even got someone in the funeral home with this... what's it called? Insurance job. And that's why they're always sending people to spy and watch, because they don't want to lose everything they took. Because they dream about other people seeing them as rich and powerful and successful. Even in this community where their head is gone, that's why it's going to hit the news. It is. I'm thinking I'm going to leave it up because they are going to prison. It's a very, very mean town. And he's a very, very mean man. Yeah. They've been emailing each other. Just be mean. Because they love to be mean. They love it. Go on, be mean to them. Be nasty. Backstab them. Steal from them. Yeah. What? They're paying each other to be mean. That's just disgusting, isn't it? So it is, it's all going to come out. And they're going to get pushed back into poverty, yeah? And they are going to prison because they've done this to masculine and feminine since they was a child. Taken everything and leaving them with nothing. So it's been going on throughout this masculine and feminine's full life, this family. Page of Cups, they've done it to someone who's very intuitive. Even their lovers, their partners. Because they want to take control of this, the full life, of the wealth. They want to take control of it. It's a false power of attorney. I'm going to leave it. I am. Because collaborated with some corrupt law officials. But there is someone working behind the scenes, undercovers, to bring this to light and bring justice. Because this is sick, innit? And they've been exposed, these enemies, for who they actually are, which is very, very jealous, very envious, very manipulating, and they've been studying how to sacrifice this masculine or feminine to stop this message from getting out there. They really have. So yeah, they're going to prison, falsifying so many crimes, and I was thinking that even people who live outside of town have been coming down with their missus, their fellas, alright, in order to stalk. So they've been coming out of the town, okay, with their missus, their fellas, in cars or what have you, these fake ass motherfuckers, to continue the stalking. So they're going to get pulled up to the court because there's messages to prove all this. There's so much evidence, unbelievable. So I'm going to leave that there. Okay, justice is in sight, alright? Justice is in sight. So, sending peace, love and light. And if that reading resonated, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And if you've been involved in this level of criminal activity, you've now been locked in spiritual prison, stripped of all your spiritual gifts and stripped of any divine protection. And if you have been involved in this, you are going down. There's no way about it. God's arm is all over.